All right, everyone, get ready because today we are taking a deep dive into some pretty cool research. It's
Oh,
all about this new system called OminiControl,
okay.
and it might just change the way we think about AI image generation.
Really?
Yeah, forget wrestling with text prompts.
Okay.
Imagine just showing the AI exactly what you want using images.
Oh, interesting.
So this paper suggests that OminiControl could be a total game changer.
Oh.
Instead of just telling the AI what to draw with words,
Yeah.
we could actually show it visual examples.
Interesting.
So it's a huge deal because even with models that are as powerful as like DALL-E,
Mm-hmm.
getting the AI to create like the exact image you have in your head can be a real challenge.
Right.
Like trying to explain to someone who's never had chocolate before what chocolate tastes like.
I see. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and that's because language can be really ambiguous,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to visual concepts.
Absolutely.
So, like, you think about it, even a simple phrase like a cat wearing a hat could lead to like endless possibilities.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is the cat wearing a baseball cap?
Right.
Is it wearing a top hat?
Yeah,
A cowboy hat?
exactly.
So the AI has to kind of guess,
Yeah,
and the results a lot of times aren't quite what we want.
right.
So with a mini control, instead of just trying to describe the hat,
Yeah.
you could show the AI a picture
Okay.
of the exact hat,
I see.
and it would know exactly what you mean.
That's smart.
No more guesswork.
Yeah, no more guesswork.
And what's fascinating is that this isn't some like massive overhaul
Okay.
of existing AI models.
Yeah.
A mini control integrates really smoothly,
Oh, wow.
only adding like 0.1% extra parameters.
Okay.
For our listeners who aren't like deep in the AI world,
Yeah.
what exactly are parameters?
Yeah, so you can think of parameters.
Sounds kind of technical.
Yeah, it is a little bit, but you can think of them kind of like a sound mixing board.
Okay.
So each slider kind of controls a different aspect of the sound, like
Like-
the volume and the bass. Got it. And in AI, parameters are like those sliders,
I see.
and they control how the AI is learning and processing all the information.
Okay.
So the fewer new parameters you add,
Yeah,
the easier it is to implement the new technique.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So a mini control is this like lightweight but powerful addition to our existing AI toolbox.
Exactly. Yeah. And what makes it even more powerful is it can handle both spatially aligned and spatially unaligned tasks.
Okay, I have to admit, I'm not sure what those terms mean. Could you break that down for us?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So imagine you have like an edge map,
Okay.
which is basically like an outline of an image.
Right.
And you're using that edge map to kind of guide the AI in generating a complete picture
Mm-hmm.
that's a spatially aligned task.
Okay.
The edge map and the generated image
Yeah.
have this like direct point-to-point correspondence.
Got it.
Now imagine you have a picture of your dog
Yeah.
and you want to generate an image of your dog,
Okay.
but in like a different pose, or maybe even like wearing a funny outfit or something.
Right.
That's a spatially unaligned task.
I see.
So there's no direct point-for-point relationship between the original photo and the new image.
So a mini control can handle both the precise outline-based guidance and the more creative, free-flowing image generation.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
And it does all of this by like cleverly using components that already exist within these like powerful AI models.
Okay.
It's like they found a way to kind of like hack the system
Interesting.
to make it understand and respond to image conditions.
That's pretty ingenious.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder,
Yeah.
how does a mini control actually work?
Right.
Does it just kind of merge the text prompt with the image?
It's a little more complex than that,
Okay.
but I can try to simplify it.
Right.
So it uses this technique
Yeah.
called projecting conditioning images into the same latent space as the target images.
Okay.
So think about like a chef
Right.
who can like deconstruct any dish
Yeah.
into its basic ingredients.
Latent space is kind of like that for images.
Okay.
It lets the AI break down the image information
Yeah.
into its like core visual components.
So it's translating the image information into a language that the AI model already understands.
Precisely, yeah.
Oh.
So it encodes the image,
Okay.
combines it with the text information,
Mhm.
and then the AI uses all of this combined information to then generate the new image.
Okay.
And the magic happens because of something called multimodal attention.
Okay, you got to explain that one.
Sure.
Multimodal attention.
Yeah, so think about it this way.
Okay.
The AI is no longer just reading like a single text prompt.
Right.
It's now looking at both text and images.
Got it.
And it needs a way to understand how these different types of information relate to each other.
Okay.
So multimodal attention lets the AI weigh different parts of the input differently.
Okay.
So like, for example, if the text prompt says, a cat wearing a hat,
Mm-hmm.
and you give it a picture of a fedora.
The AI can then focus its attention on generating a cat wearing a fedora
Gotcha.
rather than like any other type of hat.
So it's not just blindly combining the text and the image, it's intelligently figuring out how to use both pieces of information to create the most accurate and relevant image.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
It's like giving the AI a set of instructions and a blueprint all at the same time.
That is really cool. And from what I've read,
Yeah.
this approach seems to be incredibly effective.
It is. It really is.
But to train a system that's as powerful and versatile as OminiControl,
Uh-huh.
you need a massive amount of data.
Yeah.
Especially for complex tasks like subject-driven generation.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What exactly is subject-driven generation?
So
Is that like generating images of a specific subject, like my pet cat?
that's exactly it.
Okay.
Yeah. So imagine like taking a picture of your cat
Right.
and then generating all sorts of images of them in different scenarios.
Oh, okay.
Like playing with yarn,
Yeah.
chasing a laser pointer,
Mhm.
maybe even wearing that fedora we talked about.
Yeah.
All while like maintaining your cat's unique features and personality.
That's amazing. I can already see the potential for like personalized pet portraits.
Oh, for
Or even creating custom characters for like video games or animations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the researchers knew that they needed like a special data set
Mm-hmm.
to train OminiControl for this kind of task.
Yeah,
That's how they came up with Subjects 200K.
exactly.
So Subjects 200K is a brand new data set specifically designed for this kind of image generation.
It is.
Wow.
It's a massive collection of over 200,000 images across like a ton of different categories.
200,000 images. That's a lot of data.
It is, yeah.
Did they go out and take all those pictures themselves?
That's the best part.
What?
They actually used AI to help create this data set.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, so they essentially used AI to generate consistent image pairs,
Wow.
which provided like this rich and varied training ground for OminiControl to learn from.
That's incredible. It's like they used AI to bootstrap AI,
Yeah,
creating this powerful feedback loop.
it really is.
It's a brilliant example of how AI can be used to push the boundaries of AI development.
Absolutely.
So they have this powerful new system.
Yeah.
They have this massive new data set.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do with it?
Yeah, so...
Did they put OminiControl to the test?
Oh, absolutely they did.
Okay.
They ran a whole battery of tests.
Right.
They threw all sorts of challenges at OminiControl
Oh, okay.
to see how it would perform.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the results are seriously impressive.
Oh, okay. I'm excited now.
Yeah. One of the most like mind-blowing examples is depth to image generation.
Okay.
So imagine taking a simple depth map,
Mm-hmm.
like the kind that your phone's camera can capture,
Yeah.
and like transforming that into a photorealistic image.
Oh, right.
It's almost like turning a shadow puppet into a 3D masterpiece.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I need a visual here.
Okay, sure.
So you're saying, like, I could take a picture with my phone
Mm.
that just shows the depth information, and OminiControl could, like, create a full-color detailed image from that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like giving the AI this basic outline of the scene
Right.
and letting it fill in all the incredible details.
Wow.
And the results are like remarkably realistic.
Okay, calling me intrigued.
Yeah.
What else can this thing do?
Well,
The paper mentioned something about deblurring images.
yes.
Does that mean I can finally rescue some of those precious but blurry photos from my photo albums?
You got it.
Really?
They tested OminiControl on deblurring tasks,
Okay.
and it consistently outperformed existing methods.
Wow.
Like we're talking about bringing those memories back into focus,
Yeah.
sharpening up the details that were lost in the blur.
Okay, now you're really speaking my language.
Yeah.
I have so many photos that would benefit from a little AI magic.
Right.
But what about the really fun stuff?
Sure.
We talked about subject-driven generation.
Yes.
Could I, for example, finally get the AI to generate a picture of my cat riding a unicorn through a rainbow-filled sky?
Absolutely.
No way.
That's like the beauty of subject-driven generation.
Okay.
You provide a picture of your cat,
Right.
and then with text prompts, you can guide the AI to create images of them in all sorts of whimsical scenarios.
And it actually looks good.
Yes.
I've seen some AI-generated images that are a little,
Yeah.
let's just say, rough around the edges.
Yeah, the visual quality is a key part of what makes OminiControl so impressive.
Okay.
The research paper shows that it consistently outperforms other methods in terms of image fidelity,
Yeah.
controllability,
Okay.
and that all-important text-image consistency.
Text-image consistency.
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
Well, it means that the AI isn't just creating visually appealing images.
Yeah.
It's actually like understanding and following your instructions.
Okay.
Both the visual cues from the image and the descriptive language in your text prompt. It ensures that the final image actually matches what you had in mind.
So it's like having this like super powered art assistant who not only understands your vision.
Right.
But can like execute it with incredible accuracy.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it can handle such a wide range of tasks.
Yeah.
From like the highly technical, like depth to image generation to the more creative and imaginative, like subject-driven generation.
It almost sounds too good to be true.
I know.
But we talked about OminiControl being like incredibly efficient
Yeah.
in terms of the number of parameters that it adds.
Right.
How does it manage to achieve all of this while being so lightweight?
Well, it all comes down to this really clever approach to integrating with existing AI models.
Okay.
So instead of adding on a bunch of new components, OminiControl leverages existing structures within these models.
I see.
It's almost like the researchers found a way to unlock this hidden potential within these AIs,
Interesting.
allowing them to process and understand image information in a whole new way.
So they're not just adding on, they're digging deeper into what these AIs are already capable of.
Precisely. And by doing so...
They've created a system that's both powerful and efficient.
Right.
Which has huge implications for accessibility.
Accessibility? What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it.
Okay.
The fewer parameters a model has, the less computational power it needs to run.
Right.
That means it can be used on less powerful hardware,
Okay.
making it more accessible to a wider range of users.
I see.
Imagine artists,
Yeah.
designers, even everyday folks,
Right.
being able to harness the power
Yeah.
of AI image generation
Yeah.
without needing access to a supercomputer.
So this isn't just a breakthrough for like AI research.
Right.
It's a potential game changer for like creative fields as a whole.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that brings us to perhaps the most exciting question of all.
Okay, hit me.
What does this mean for the future of AI image generation?
That's what I want to know.
What new possibilities are on the horizon?
Yeah, is this the beginning of like a creative revolution?
Could be.
Are we all going to be digital artists now?
It's possible.
I mean, it really feels like we're on the cusp of something big here.
Yeah.
We've got AI that can generate images from depth maps, sharpen blurry photos,
Right.
bring our wildest pet-themed fantasies to life.
Exactly.
What's next?
Wow.
Is AI going to start generating like entire movies based on a single doodle holograms we can interact with?
I mean, those are some ambitious ideas.
Yeah.
I can't predict the future.
Sure.
But what's remarkable about OminiControl is it's not just about making these existing tasks easier or faster.
So it's not just about efficiency.
Right. It's about like expanding the creative possibilities.
Okay.
OminiControl lets us interact with AI in a fundamentally new way.
Interesting.
It's like we've moved beyond simply giving the AI instructions.
Yeah.
And we're now having like a visual conversation with it.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
A visual conversation with AI.
Yeah.
What might that look like in like the real world?
Right.
Give me some examples.
Well, imagine architects designing buildings by like sketching rough outlines
yeah.
and then letting AI fill in the details, creating these photorealistic renderings on the fly.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Or fashion designers experimenting with different fabric textures and patterns
Right.
just by like dragging and dropping images onto virtual garments.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I could finally design my own clothing line without needing to know how to sew a button.
exactly.
Yeah.
The possibilities are pretty much endless.
Yeah.
And this brings us to a larger point, I think, about the relationship between humans and AI.
Okay.
For a long time, the narrative has been about AI replacing human jobs,
Right.
especially in creative fields.
Yeah.
But tools like OminiControl suggest a different path.
One where AI empowers human creativity rather than replacing it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Instead of seeing AI as a competitor,
Right.
we can start to see it as like a creative partner,
Okay.
a tool that can like augment our own abilities
Yeah.
and help us achieve things we never thought possible.
So instead of artist versus AI,
Yeah,
it becomes artist plus AI.
exactly.
That's a much more inspiring vision.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it emphasizes the importance of like human creativity and vision in this new landscape.
Right.
As AI becomes more sophisticated, it's important to remember that humans are still the ones driving the creative vision.
We're the ones asking the questions,
Yeah.
setting the goals,
Right.
and ultimately deciding what we want to create.
Yeah, AI might be the brush,
Yeah,
but humans are still the artists.
beautifully put.
Thank you.
So where does this leave us? What's
Yeah.
the takeaway for our listeners today?
I think the biggest takeaway is that OminiControl
Okay.
and advances like it
Mm-hmm.
are pushing us towards a future where human creativity and artificial intelligence work hand in hand.
Yeah.
It's a future where we can communicate our visions in more intuitive ways,
Right.
and where the power of AI is accessible to a much wider range of people.
It's a future that's full of possibilities, and honestly, it's pretty exciting.
It certainly is, yeah.
And as we continue to explore this new frontier of creativity, it's a future worth thinking about.
Absolutely.
What kind of art, designs, and innovations can we create together when human imagination is amplified by the power of AI?
Yeah.
What problems can we solve?
Right.
What stories can we tell?
Exactly.
Those are some truly thought-provoking questions to ponder.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we've reached the end of our deep dive into OminiControl.
Great episode.
I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I'm feeling incredibly inspired by the possibilities we've uncovered today.
Me too. It's a really exciting time to be witnessing the evolution of AI
Yeah.
and its impact on the creative landscape.
Until next time, fellow deep divers,
Yes.
keep those imaginations firing.
Keep them going.
And who knows what amazing things we'll create together in this new world of AI-powered possibilities.
Absolutely.